Now, as we slowly approach the release of version 2.7 and our brand new featured resonators, the recent livestream and patch notes were able to provide some clarity in terms of the insane amount of potential each of them hold, alongside the sort of role they will play in their team compositions and showcase their incredible looking gameplay. With Qiuyuan in specific, it was already a given that a lot of players would be interested in him due to the sole reason he is our second male character since version 2.0. But even with that, they really did go all out in terms of his design to his animations and to the massive amount of potential value he holds within his kit. Of course, that isn't to say Galbrenna doesn't look amazing, since she is certainly going to be a top tier DPS. But Qiuyuan seems to hold more value overall, and so might sway even more players into considering him more than others next version update. So with that said, I do want to go over Qiuyuan's kit potential and synergies, whilst breaking down the gameplay that was revealed and then finishing it up with the amount of value he holds overall. As always, if you are interested in more WutheringWaves content, would very much appreciate it if you could subscribe and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. But just before we do begin, if you are in need of some additional Lunites to just ensure you can secure an upcoming character or two, then you may want to check out this sponsor. Lupa is a safe and reliable top-up platform that allows you to pick up game currency for an even lower price than in-game. Such as in WutheringWaves, you are able to pick up selected items with up to 21% off. So if you are thinking about picking up some Lunite or even just renewing your Lunite subscription, then you may as well pick it up from Loot Bar and save some money. All you need to do is head to the website and click on whichever pack you would like to pick up, then fill out your game account details, choose your preferred payment method, and in a couple of minutes you will receive your Lunites. Also, it's fair to mention that the double top-up bonus will be provided even when going through Loot Bar, so you aren't missing out. Lastly, as of now, new users are eligible for a 10% off coupon, along with a bunch of other coupons for an extra discount. So again, if you are looking for a quick and safer way to pick up discounted game currency than other websites, be sure to check out Loot Bar through the link in the description. Before anything, it's worth mentioning that Qiuyuan's kit potential is of course speculation from everything that has been revealed up until now, especially since the livestream pretty much gave hardly anything in terms of his kit's capabilities, although there is still enough to piece together the sort of role he will play and the amount of value he would hold long term, such as with the brand new Echo set releasing in version 2.7 that is designed to be tailor-made for Galbrenna. Not only does it confirm that Galbrenna will be a powerful main DPS since the set does provide crit rate, heavy attack damage and echo skill damage bonuses, but it also confirms the fact Qiuyuan will be more of a supportive DPS that will utilize the Law of Harmony set as his dedicated echo set. So again, despite the livestream literally providing us with hardly anything in terms of what Qiuyuan's kit is capable of, from the Law of Harmony set we are able to assume he will specialize in dealing heavy attack damage and can deal multiple instances of echo skill damage, whilst also possibly providing various buffs including a bonus towards echo skill damage for all allies in addition to the 16% provided from the Law of Harmony set. Of course, alongside that we can definitely expect Qiuyuan to be able to deal considerable damage, given it was stated he is able to deal various enhanced attacks which might hint at his damage being quite reliable. So with all of that considered so far, it is quite likely Qiuyuan will be an incredible addition to echo skill damage compositions when considering the buffs he provides alongside the damage he deals. So that would mean the current echo skill damage duo of Phrolova and Cantarella would synergize quite well when alongside Qiuyuan, since they would obviously benefit from the echo skill damage support his kit provides alongside the bonus from the Law of Harmony echo set. Though for Qiuyuan to really synergize well, it would depend on his outro skill effect, which unfortunately wasn't confirmed on the livestream, and so we would need to wait a little longer to see whether he can provide even more value via the outro skill for echo skill damage dealers. However, with the fact he would at least provide a 16% echo skill damage bonus from the Law of Harmony set, alongside there being a great chance of an additional echo skill damage bonus being provided through his kit's abilities, it does mean regardless of the outro skill, Qiuyuan will remain to be a fantastic DPS and support in one for echo skill damage synergies. So now with that said, it's worth mentioning Qiuyuan perhaps will be best utilized alongside Galbrenna, considering it is confirmed she is an echo echo skill damage main DPS due to the brand new echo set releasing next version update. So similar to Augusta and Iuno releasing in the same version and being tailored to play alongside each other, it seems to be the same case with Galbrenna and Qiuyuan, which in fact supports the belief of Qiuyuan providing universal damage bonuses through his kit alongside the echo skill damage bonus, given Galbrenna is a fusion character whilst Qiuyuan is an aero character. So that may just mean Qiuyuan could provide great value to other DPS characters outside of the echo skill damage compositions. But until that is confirmed, there is more certainty with the fact he will synergize quite well with those that do specialize in dealing echo skill damage. Now focusing on Qiuyuan's gameplay that was revealed, as mentioned they did really go all out in terms of his animation since they do look absolutely insane, especially when after he deals certain attacks that lead to him resting against bamboo and switching the screen into more of a cinematic look. Of course that's alongside the fact his attacks look incredibly smooth and leave behind a black ink effect, whilst also not being able to see since he is blind, which a lot of players already speculated. Aesthetically, Qiuyuan is one of the greatest looking characters in the game, which really does increase his overall value, and especially for those that do favor aesthetics over meta. In addition to that, despite being a melee DPS, which tends to mean there will be a little less safety than when using a character that deals ranged attacks, Qiuyuan does in fact have great range with quite a few of his attacks, which allows for some comfort and will enable his attacks to hit multiple enemies. Though especially when he activates his enhanced heavy attack to unleash the abilities of his mindsight state, it does allow Qiuyuan to remain above ground as he stands on top of the bamboo grove before jumping down to attack. Now along with all of that, Qiuyuan will have his own unique traversal ability that is activated through his resonance skill, which is arguably one of the best aspects of his gameplay since he is able to run on top of bamboo poles and constantly dashes from one side to the other, ultimately leading to him attacking the enemy from behind if you do actually use the ability during combat. Outside of combat, I assume Qiuyuan can keep dashing side to side on top of bamboo at the cost of his stamina, which of course does seem like a nice way to get around, and especially considering the pace he is traversing at. So as of now, Qiuyuan's gameplay does certainly stand out as one of the nicest we've seen, and the cherry on top is simply the fact that not only is he doing all of this whilst blind, but also that he is literally drinking during quite a few of his attacks, which really goes to show the level of detail and effort Kuro put into Qiuyuan's gameplay, since it does make him even more cooler overall. All in all, Qiuyuan is going to be one hell of a character when considering the support he is potentially capable of providing, the considerable damage he will deal through his abilities, alongside one of the greatest looking playstyles visually in the game. With the fact alone he will debut as the best in slot support for Galbrenna and can synergize with other echo skill damage dealers such as Phrolova and Cantarella, it means he will hold a lot of value for top tier characters immediately, and will of course only become more valuable when more echo skill damage dealers do release. So in terms of long-term value, Qiuyuan is going to be one of those characters with great longevity, since he will be the only character that can provide value for those that do focus on dealing echo skill damage, until of course another character releases sometime way later down the line. Aside from that, I do have a feeling he will be able to deal fantastic levels of DPS similar to Iuno, which essentially means you can definitely rely on his damage when alongside another DPS, and enough to even perhaps utilize him as a main DPS. So with that, once again, alongside his clean looking animations and aura farming poses with certain skills, Qiuyuan is going to hold an immense amount of value for pretty much any account. Of course, if you don't have any of the characters that focus on dealing echo skill damage, he would definitely provide much less value, but considering there will most likely be more that release later on, you could as a last resort use him as a main DPS and have him on your account until another echo skill damage dealer does come along, or when you do manage to pick up either Phrolova or Galbrenna, you would then be able to pair them alongside Qiuyuan. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Would really appreciate it if you could subscribe for more WutheringWaves content, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Also, drop a comment down below on what your favorite aspect of Qiuyuan exactly is, and if you intend to pick him up in version 2.7. And yeah, hope to catch you guys later.